Glory to God. And we got a crazy one for y'all today, fellas. What up, YouTube? It's MW. Dang. What up, YouTube? It's MW part 2, not part 1. Bet with it, bet with it, bet with it, bet with it, bet with it. Hold on. Hold on, bet with it, hold on. Hold on, bet with it, hold on. Bet with it, 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 bet with another video, you feel me? And like I said, we got a crazy one here for y'all today, guys and guys. A crazy one. We got the most disturbing case of Bryce Rose, true crime. I don't know who this is. It just looked interesting, y'all. It just intrigued my eye, you feel me? We gonna be reacting to this, bro. It's currently Wednesday, 7:40. Y'all probably gonna see this around like 8:30 or something. Or whenever y'all see it, I don't know. But that's probably when I'm finna post it. I just got a track practice. I just ate, bro. I'm so full right now, bro. Like, I'm tired too. But you feel me? I haven't made a video in so long. Well, I haven't dropped a video in like, y'all know I like to be consistent, bro. I haven't been doing that, bro. But I'm back on the grind now, you feel me? Y'all see what's going on. We're just gonna hop straight into it, bro. Hope y'all got y'all snacks, y'all drinks, whatever y'all want, you feel me? Get y'all cereal, get y'all Captain Crunch. That's the best kind, by the way. And we're gonna hop straight into it.
Pros and cons. Ma'am,
Look at me.
ma'am,
He keeps turning around.
ma'am, I need you to hear this. The next time it happens, there will be a consequence. Do you understand that?
Make sure do not disturb on the
Right?
chat.
Mr. Rhodes, you're smiling. I don't know why you're smiling.
Because I can't.
Well,
Because I
Okay.
can't. It's not a crime to smell.
That's
The
true.
man you just saw on the screen is 25-year-old Bryce Rhodes, displaying despicable behavior and showing no remorse or guilt for his
What'd he do?
actions. He stands accused of the murder of brothers 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon, whose bodies were discovered following a disturbing 911 call which tipped off the authorities.
It looks like they're deceased and they've been burned.
Those are kids. Those are kids. 'Cause there's some shoe prints right here too.
When their mother, Elizabeth Wren, received the devastating news, her world crumbled into pieces. But what made the pain even worse was the horrifying way her sons were killed. They were terribly stabbed multiple times in the chest before their bodies were set on fire. It was so gruesome that the police had to prevent Elizabeth from seeing her sons for the last time. But why would anyone do such a horrific thing?
Yeah, what's the reason?
According to Bryce,
need
the
to know
boys knew
reason.
a secret of his that could destroy his life.
So why did you tell it? You telling me you took somebody's life? Because a secret ain't a secret when you tell it. You can't get mad because you told them your secret. If you really don't want nobody to know, keep that to yourself, bro. You can get mad if they told it, but you can't take their life for it. Well, you can, but you bogus. You can't get over mad because they told your secret that you told them, bro. If it's that serious, don't tell nobody. People just don't know how to keep their mouth closed nowadays. Like, that was so, you just killed some
What
kids.
could that
'cause of
secret be? And why would it
Yeah, what was
lead
their
to such
secret?
a gruesome end for two young lives? And what drove Bryce to behave so despicably in
gay or
front of law
something.
enforcement?
Watch it be some weird
On May
stuff.
21st, 2016, a 22-year-old girl was riding her bike past an old abandoned building on the 4000 block of River Park Drive in the Shawnee neighborhood of West Louisville. But that day was
what's
different
Louisville,
as something
Kentucky?
strange caught her eye. The building, which had looked fine the day before, was now all burnt and destroyed. She felt curious about what had exactly happened there and decided to investigate further.
Hey, people be real life going in abandoned buildings, abandoned hospitals, and real life finding stuff. This not no coincidence, folks. People be living there. It be dead people there. Be crying. You will find something. This ain't no game, bro. I don't know why people be doing this. And then she by herself, 22 years old. She a female like that. Probably don't got no weapon. And shoot, I mean, I just want to see what happened to the building. I mean, thank God she found them, because who knows who else would have found. I'm not going in that building. Me and my people not going in that building. You feel me? So who knows who would have found them. But shoot, I don't know why she did that, but I guess God told her. Thank the Lord that they was found. I don't know.
Amidst
I
the
don't know what
mess
to
of the
say.
burned building, she spotted something strange,
Right.
a shape that seemed out of place. As she went closer, her heart pounded with fear as she discovered it was a dead body. But the surprises didn't end there. Not far away, she had found another body, and both of them were badly burned. Feeling extremely scared, she quickly called the police for help. Soon enough, the scene was swarming with police officers trying to figure out what mysterious events unfolded there last night. The crime scene was incredibly gruesome, so much so that the police called it the worst they'd ever seen. It was so disturbing that even one of the officers couldn't help but shake his head in disbelief and felt really emotional as he covered the two dead bodies with a white cloth. The bodies were rushed to the hospital for an autopsy by pathologists. Meanwhile, the rest of the officers stayed behind at the scene, carefully searching for any more clues that could help them in the investigation.
Right.
After the autopsies, it was revealed that the cause of death wasn't the fire, but something even more sinister.
They got stabbed.
According to a document released from the coroner's office, both boys had suffered severe head injuries from blunt force trauma, as well as stab wounds to their chests. What's even more chilling is that they had already died hours before their bodies were set on fire and left at the scene. Now, to begin their murder investigation and gather clues, the police needed to figure out who the boys were and why someone would harm them in such a terrible manner. Despite the bodies being badly burned, the police had a stroke of luck as they managed to create sketches of the boys. These sketches were shared with the public with a plea for anyone who recognized them to come forward and help identify them. But they didn't stop at just sketches. They delved into their records to find any missing persons reports that had been filed some days before and matched the descriptions of the victims. But sadly, they hit a dead end. Days passed, and even though Monday came and went, no one stepped forward to identify the boys. The following day, on May 23, 2016, a worried woman named Elizabeth Wren rushed to the police station. She was visibly anxious as she told the officers the sketches they had released were of her sons, 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon. Elizabeth was shocked when the officers delivered the heartbreaking news that her sons' bodies had been found completely burned. The police told her that they were suspecting foul play and believed it wasn't just an accident, but rather a carefully planned murder.
For sure.
Elizabeth desperately wanted to see her sons one last time, but the officers had to gently refuse her request. The bodies were in such a horrible state that it wouldn't have been appropriate for a mother to witness. Despite feeling utterly helpless, Elizabeth gathered her strength and shared a crucial piece of information with the police. Elizabeth recounted to the police how on the evening of May 21, 2016, her sons had informed her that they were going out with some friends whom she had never liked. Despite her attempts to prevent her sons from hanging out with these friends in the past, they still went ahead. That night, they headed to a party with three individuals: 17-year-old Jackery Taylor, 15-year-old Anjuan Carter, and 25-year-old Bryce Rhodes.
Why is he hanging with kids? I mean, I get you got big homies and stuff like that, but you out here murdering people that's 10 years younger than you, bro. Like, what we doing, bro? And then he posted up like he hard, like, what the damn Hawaiian hat on. Like, what was he
Elizabeth
talking about?
expressed her concern about Bryce, who had a troubling criminal history involving various serious offenses, like domestic violence, physical offenses, kidnapping, and even abusing
How is he still
individuals. The boys assured Elizabeth they'd return soon, and even though days had passed without any sign of them, she didn't worry much. They had a habit of partying and sometimes not coming home for days, so she thought it was just another one of those times. However, little did she know, this time would bring devastating news that would change her life forever. The police wasted no time in tracking down the entire group. They quickly found Anjuan Carter and brought him in for questioning. Meanwhile, they continued their search for Bryce, and by the next day, Tuesday, May 24, 2016, they had located him as well. Another member of the group, Jackery Taylor, was also apprehended on the same day, all within a short span of time.
Catching them, boy.
Bryce and Jackery spent hours in police custody as each were speaking separately with detectives about Larry and Maurice. The detectives tried to make Jackery nervous by showing him crime scene photos of the two brothers, hoping to coax information about the murders. However, all Jackery said was that he was friends with the brothers but had nothing to do with their deaths. On the other hand, Bryce insisted to police that he had no idea where the brothers were and eventually requested a lawyer. When Jackery and Bryce didn't provide any useful information, the police decided to change their approach. During separate interviews with Anwan, they noticed a difference in his demeanor. That's when Anwan finally opened up about what exactly happened on the evening of May 21st. He explained that Bryce had called him and Jackery to his apartment that evening. There, Bryce confided in them and expressed his suspicion that Larry and Maurice might tell the police about something they had seen on May 4th, 2016, which was Bryce's biggest secret.
Yeah, let's see what his secret is.
Bryce managed to persuade Jackery and Anwan to assist him with a plan that involved something terrible: killing the brothers. On the night of May 21st, Jackery went to their house and convinced the brothers to come out by telling them that Bryce was going to take them to a party. Larry and Maurice were a bit unsure at first, but eventually they agreed to go along. As they had left the house, they assured their mother Elizabeth that they would be back later that night. The group had driven to Bryce's house, which he shared with his mother, who happened to be out of town that weekend. As the boys settled in, they began hanging out and having a good time, just like any other party. But Larry and Maurice had no idea that there was something sinister brewing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, an argument broke out among the group and ruined the fun atmosphere of the party. Anwan told the police that Jackery accused the brothers that they had stolen money from Bryce. When Jackery confronted Maurice about the theft, he became furious. At that moment, Maurice felt threatened and could sense the danger, so he grabbed a knife to save him and his brother, which escalated the whole situation.
Folks.
On his knees, like beg for forgiveness. He tied him up. Tied him up with something. He tied his brother up. He made his brother sit in the bathroom.
Anwan stated that when Maurice pulled out the knife, Bryce quickly stepped in and took it away. Then, they both managed to overpower the...
How he take the knife away? Man, you better back up. Hey, I ain't grabbing this bitch for no reason on front of grave. Oh, folks. He had the upper hand. They could have... Man. If you see me with a gun, a knife, a bat, or something, and I'm ready to harm you, bro, just leave me alone. You be like, you can have it. Cause on bro, I'm gonna have it. You not taking this out my hand. If you get that bit out my hand, you gonna leave with a couple holes in your body, and I'm gonna run off. You ain't even gonna catch me. It's gonna just be like that. I'd rather take them little years than be dead. You feel me? So you telling me he took the knife out his hand or whatever. Somebody took the knife, then they got tied up. That's when they killed him. That's crazy, folks. That's crazy.
And tied them up with belts.
That's crazy.
They separated Larry from Maurice so that both brothers wouldn't be able to fight back, and left him in the bathroom, while Bryce brought Maurice to his knees in the living room. Maurice pleaded for their lives, but Bryce demanded that he beg for forgiveness. It was a tense moment as Jackery and Anwan watched Maurice tearfully beg for forgiveness, hoping to save himself and his brother from whatever was about to happen next.
He put a toboggan over his head, and he put a rag in his mouth.
That boy talking. That boy just said, yap. This what happened. Off on the grave.
Bryce's cruelty knew no bounds. After laying a blanket on the floor under Maurice, he had covered his head with stockings and shoved a rag into his mouth. Then, in a shocking act of violence, Bryce began mercilessly beating Maurice and stabbing him over and over again in the chest. The other teens watching were terrified and shaken by the gruesome and horrific scene unfolding before them. Bryce, with his menacing demeanor, threatened the boys who were witnessing the horror and pressured Anwan into stabbing Maurice once in the chest. Fearing Bryce's wrath, Anwan reluctantly obeyed his command and stabbed Maurice.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, folks, this nigga right here, I ain't saying he not gonna go to jail, but he shouldn't be charged with no murder. Oh, folks, this 15-year-old is running his mouth like crazy, cause he just scared, folks, and he around the whole wrong people. I ain't gonna lie, he don't even seem like a bad person. I ain't gonna lie, that's not his life. I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I'm just saying what I'm looking like, the way he talking in this courtroom, it don't even seem like he should be a part of that, fuck.
He put the tobacco in his head. He put the tobacco in his head. He put the sock in his mouth. Sorry, it's that baby too.
Anwan continued his chilling account and revealed that once Maurice was dead, Bryce forcefully brought Larry out of the bathroom to the living room where his brother's blood was covering the floor. It was a heartbreaking moment for Larry as he realized his brother was now dead. Maurice's lifeless body was moved aside as Bryce turned his attention to Larry. Anwan vividly remembered Larry's painful voice when he pleaded with Bryce to spare him, but it was all in vain. Larry was subjected to the same horrific treatment as his brother. Anwan still heard Larry's desperate pleas before Bryce had stabbed him a shocking 20 times in the chest. Once again, Bryce threatened Jackery and forced him to stab Larry once. With both Maurice and Larry now dead, Bryce loaded their bodies into the car and called another friend to help dispose of them. As Bryce and his friend drove off with the brothers' lifeless bodies in the back seat, Anwan and Jackery were left behind at the apartment.
You don't think it's gonna be no DNA? Y'all stupid. You could at least put him in the truck. No, I ain't trying to teach nobody how to, bro. You wrong as shit. Yeah, what you? I don't know.
Some scene.
What happens next? He puts them in crates. Put them in crates. Things that you put clothes in. He left me and Corey at the house to clean it up.
Anwan continued his confession by revealing that Bryce drove their lifeless bodies to an abandoned lot and set them on fire. As the flames engulfed Maurice and Larry, their bodies burned that fateful night. However, by some stroke of luck, their bodies hadn't turned to ashes. After Anwan's interrogation, the police finally uncovered the horrifying truth about how Larry and Maurice met their tragic end. However, there were still lingering questions in their minds. What was the brothers' connection to Bryce? And what was the secret that led to such a dreadful fate for the siblings? Larry and Maurice were just regular teenagers who enjoyed life, and even though they were stepbrothers, they shared a strong bond.
Yeah.
But things took a turn when they met Bryce in 2015, and his cool personality caught their attention right away. Bryce was a rapper, and he had a bunch of music videos online that made him seem super successful and rich. Larry and Maurice were impressed by his lifestyle and charisma, and soon found themselves drawn into his world. When they all became close, Bryce introduced them to one of his friends, 17-year-old Jackery Taylor. As the three boys hung out with Bryce more and more, they met a fourth teenager, 14-year-old Anwan Carter, who also joined their group in 2015. They all used to spend a lot of time with Bryce as he would drive them around, buy them clothes and food, and even give them money to spend as they pleased.
Yeah.
In an interview with the police, Jackery revealed that Bryce used to promise them that they would become famous if they followed in his footsteps.
This nigga like a fucking devil, bro. Like he taking people under his wing to do wrong. That's what it sounded to me. But he giving them, cause the devil, bro, he tells y'all this ain't Sunday, bro. I don't care, bro. The gospel can be preached anytime. The devil will put things in your life that sound hella good, but it's not for the right cause. You feel me? And that's exactly what he was doing. He was putting this. You a kid, all you want is clothes. You want to dress nice. You want some nice shoes. You want some money. You want to have a fresh car before anybody else have a car. You want to have a car so you can pick girls up. You feel me? As a kid, that's what draws you, bro. You know, the girls love food. Like, people love food. You feel me? That's what draws you to people sometimes. And they was being drawn to him. Just like that. He was just bringing them under his wing, folk. And then look how he do it. He betraying his own people.
As time went on, the boys seemed to embrace Bryce's gangster lifestyle more and more.
Right.
They even appeared in some of his music videos, giving off the impression that they were adopting his mentality. Elizabeth noted a change in their behavior during this period. Their social media accounts started to fill up with pictures of them posing with fake weapons, showing off stacks of cash, and smoking cigars, along with images of women. They also began attending parties regularly
even
and
like
would
that.
sometimes stay out for days.
Ain't even like
On May
that.
4th, 2016, they were returning from one such party late at night, around 12:30 a.m. Maurice was driving Bryce's car with Jackery in the passenger seat and Bryce and Larry in the back, while Anwan was following behind them in a truck.
Oh.
Suddenly, Bryce made Maurice slam on the brakes of his car when he spotted a man walking on the sidewalk of the 800 block of South 41st Street in Louisville, Kentucky. As he strained to remember where he knew him from, it soon clicked that he was Christopher Jones, the 40-year-old man that local gangs were after. But Bryce made a serious mistake. He wrongly identified Christopher, thinking he was someone else, trying to collect the reward placed on his head. It was such a mistake that it changed everything in an instant.
What?
In a moment of panic, Bryce quickly pulled out his gun and shot Christopher in the chest from the car window. As Christopher fell down, all the teens were stunned by witnessing a murder in front of their eyes. Without even stopping to think, they drove away from there as fast as they could, feeling scared and full of adrenaline. After the shooting, Christopher was rushed to emergency surgery, but sadly, he didn't make it and died during the operation. Bryce had driven the boys home and warned them not to breathe a word about what happened that night. But over the next 2 weeks, Larry and Maurice couldn't shake off the horror of what they'd seen. They started avoiding Bryce more and more as they felt uneasy about being around him.
Right.
Meanwhile, Bryce was feeling anxious too. He worried that the brothers might spill the beans about the shooting to everyone, and he would be in serious trouble. So he made a decision to end their lives on the evening of May 20.
So this how this went. When was that? That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 14 days, May 18th. So about 2 weeks, 2 weeks and 3 days. He killed them right after that. Okay. I'm not going to say it's the kid's fault, because it's not. They should still be alive right here, because if he never did, it's primarily his fault. It is his fault. But the kids, bro, as kids, bro, you got to have a strong character. You got to have a strong mindset to know what you want to do and who really your people. When somebody just giving you and giving you and giving you and giving you and giving you stuff and not expecting none in return, they might be a good person, but 10 times out of 10, they want something from you that you can't get, that you can't give to them. So they not really looking at you as they real little people. Like, you probably view them like a dad, like a big brother. They might not look at you as a little brother. They might look at you as somebody that's gonna do anything for them, like a damn slave type shit that's getting paid. Like a worker type stuff. Because you gonna do anything for them because they giving you stuff. You feel me? So it's like, you gotta know who really your friends, who really like, if you see them really living this gangster lifestyle, I be telling people do not be capping in their raps no more, bro. That's old. People real deal be doing this stuff they talking about. Like, you see, he got these guns, he got money. They said they was starting to pose with fake money and fake guns. Y'all gotta expect he might do something. If he living this gangster lifestyle, he not doing it for no reason, folks. You feel me? So you can't just be all surprised when he tell you, stop this coughing to kill him. And he kill him. You feel me? But it ain't their fault though, you feel me? But as they was starting to distance themselves, they did that right. But as distance yourself, how you distance yourself, then go right back to him to go to a party. And then you gotta think he noticing that you distancing yourself. Why do you think he would call for a party? If anything, he would call to talk first. Be like, why y'all been doing this? You feel me? Every time friends just fall out, it's been, why y'all ain't been coming over or something? He just randomly call and be like, hey, bro, come on, we finna come to this party. Nah, folks, we haven't even been talking like that. What you mean? But y'all so intruded in his lifestyle. Y'all want the girls. Y'all want the money doing. Feel me? He provide for y'all. So y'all like, dang, well, he couldn't do me wrong. You feel me? It's messed up, bro, but I don't know, y'all.
First, 2016.
He bogus at the
In
end
a
of
short
the day,
period, Bryce made a grave decision
And then he
to
killed
take
the
the
wrong
lives
person.
of 3 people, all to protect himself. But now the consequences of his actions are closing in on him. Following the interrogations, both Jackery and Anwan admitted guilt to 3 counts of aiding in murder and tampering with evidence. Because they were under 18 years old, they were sentenced to serve 10 years in juvenile detention centers, with the remainder to be served in adult prisons once they turned 18. As part of their...
That's not, I think that's fair. Cause they shouldn't get life for nothing too crazy. They shouldn't get no 50 years, 45 years. Cause at the end of the day, it seemed like they ain't really even want to do that for real. They just was like them little folks. They just was pure pressured into him. He buying them stuff and they just want to do whatever he tell them to do because they want the money and stuff. You feel me? It's almost like a boss. You want to impress your boss, so you feel me? But it ain't seem like, especially that 15-year-old who was just snitching his ass. I ain't saying it's a bad thing though, but he's snitching his ass. He ain't really want that for real, bro.
Agreements. They were also required to testify against Bryce during his trial. Ever since Bryce was arrested, he made a mess of the court hearings. The victims' families thought he did it on purpose. They believed he was trying to cause chaos because he knew the prosecution wanted the death penalty. He thought if he made enough trouble and delayed the process, they might not give him the death penalty.
Nigga, you think if you argue, cause at the start of the video, you think if you arguing with the judge, that they not gonna give you the death penalty? That's what you think. That's what you think. Goofy.
At first, Bryce did something shocking. He spit on his court-appointed attorney because he found out the attorney was friends with the victim's grandfather. This caused a big problem, and the attorney had to leave the case due to a conflict of interest. Later, there was even a fight between Bryce and the attorney, and you can see it all in the court footage.
Nice cheap shot.
You a coward.
Nice cheap
You a
shot.
coward.
Excuse me.
Bryce even made a threatening statement. "I'll see you when I get out." Because of this threat, in future courtroom appearances, Bryce was restrained to his chair and made to wear a spit mask. But even with these measures, his behavior didn't improve. In one hearing, he even threatened the judge and her family. Bryce's antics in the courtroom didn't stop there. Many times he refused to let his attorney speak for him and claimed that he didn't trust them. He even went through 3 different state-appointed attorneys because of this. It was like he was determined to do things his own way, no matter what anyone else had said.
Whether you agree with me or not, the higher courts will again, so I just want it on record that I'm doing everything on my part.
You can put it on the record.
You know,
At a time that's best for you, but if you think this is the best time.
even though you show favoritism to the Commonwealth, you denied every motion I've ever filed in this courtroom, I'm still gonna, it's my right to file a pro se motion, and it's my right to speak what I need to speak on. I don't know if y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on or what y'all got going on, but I'm definitely gonna speak my mind.
Detective Tatelli and I have no sexual relationship.
Now I'm talking about you and a prosecutor over there, sir.
All right.
You denied all my motions. Every motion I filed, you didn't deny it.
I'm pretty sure I've denied the vast
Every motion I filed?
pro se motions that have ever.
Are you some type of racist? Or y'all got some type of sexual relationship going on? Which one is it?
Or are you just wrong in everything that you've made a motion for?
Are you a secret Ku Klux Klan member?
No, sir, I'm
Is that what you really are?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm not.
But like I said, the higher courts, they'll deal with it when time comes necessary.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
And
So say less. On to the next subject. Say less.
Your job is to do your job, not to worry about me. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I worry about me. You worry about your self. I'll just ask you, why do you keep refusing to get this man off my case when we keep having problems? Do you have something personal against me to where you don't want to remove him?
no, sir. I have something personal against not providing you effective assistance of counsel. They had struggled to find someone who could represent you, and that basically Mr. Griffiths is what they've got.
I'll write the Bar Association and the ACLU, you know. I'll write them. You know, I'll see what's going on. You know.
Fair enough. Let's get us a date to come back.
You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is just trying to stall. He's trying to stall hella bad.
I promise that.
After this courtroom
why he
appearance
trying
in
to stall. He's still
2017,
going it.
Bryce also tried to escape from prison by digging a hole in his cell. However, officers found the hole and also uncovered a threatening note he sent to Jackery. The note read, "Rats get exposed. Show me that you're not a rat." This showed Bryce's determination to manipulate even from behind bars. In another shocking incident captured on court video, Bryce displayed shameless behavior as he was seen in the video blowing kisses at the mother of the victims. It was a disturbing display of his lack of remorse or guilt for his action.
Can we do a fair trial in Jefferson County? But then another part of it is, if we have a concern, what's the alternative? Because then if we might get into a situation on the law where I'm supposed to weigh the pros and the cons. Ma'am.
Stop it. Look at me.
Ma'am!
He keeps turning. He keeps turning around.
Ma'am, I told you once before, let me please help you.
You can't get mad at her, folks.
You can't just talk out like that.
Bro, you gotta, man, y'all, but I get y'all got y'all rules and court, y'all got y'all rules and everything, and like, that's cool, bro. But some people be overdoing it, and them rules getting broke every time. You want me to just sit here and be quiet while this person that killed my 2 sons is smiling at me and blowing kisses and just doing weird stuff? You think I'm gonna just sit here and look at him? You be damn lucky if I don't motherfucking get up and try to kill. Like, y'all niggas y'all gotta understand. I understand y'all got rules. That's cool, bro. But y'all gotta see where I'm coming from, bro. Motherfuckers be getting arrested for trying to beat on the son's killer, nigga. This nigga be killing people and laughing. But y'all don't get mad at me cause I'm trying to do something to him. I get 2 wrongs don't make it right, okay, but y'all, you gotta understand where we coming from, folks. Man, if I was just, I wouldn't even be talking. They would have to kick me out for real.
If you can't handle him looking at you respectfully, all I can tell you to do is don't be in my courtroom.
This nigga bogus. Who did? You got it? Do you not understand it, bro? Just kill her 2 sons. What if somebody killed your 2 sons? You got children. What if somebody killed your children and they just looking at you, smiling at you? You ain't gonna say nothing? You telling me you gonna be completely silent? Is that what you telling me? Because a lot of y'all judges be hypocrites on them grave. Y'all can't stand on what y'all talking about. So if somebody killed your son and they smiling at you, mwah, 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 you ain't gonna say nothing? I'll put $500 he say something. Something. I can put money on it.
So you either are able to control.
I don't care how old he is. Somebody saying everybody gonna say something. Would y'all say something? Come on, gang.
Completely.
Most motherfuckers would have got up out their seat and tried to whack his ass. What you talking about?
I need you to hear this. The next time it happens, there will be a consequence.
Man, this judge blowing me. I'm not even trying to hear him. I'm not gonna cap. What is he talking about?
You understand that?
Yes.
All right.
No, I'm not agreeing with nothing.
I don't know why you're smiling.
Cause he playing.
Well,
Because I can. It's not a crime to smell.
it's not a crime. to
Continue
smile,
what you were saying.
But it doesn't help you, all right, to irritate people.
All right.
And you have a lot at stake in this case.
It's not a crime to smell, is it?
I didn't say you were committing.
Okay then.
I'm saying you're
Continue
not
what you were
helping
saying.
yourself.
Continue what you were saying.
I'm
I'm allowed
done.
to smell.
I would suggest
All right.
you do what helps
Okay.
you, not what hurts you.
Okay.
That's
Do what I
all.
want to do.
Well,
Let's
do
see
what
that
you want to do.
understood.
He know he
That's
cooked
fine.
in
Let's
the
get that
case.
understood.
He know he cooked.
I'm sorry.
He ain't
Let's
trying
get
to
that
get out. He trying
understood.
to
Well,
leave his mark.
You made
All
that
right.
abundantly
Continue what you
clear.
were saying about the motions.
Okay,
All right.
I'm saying I want to have a hearing on it, and we'll be happy to give you a date when we can come back and talk about that.
Bro,
Is there work we need to do to be ready for that?
y'all
hearing,
not
or we
gonna arrest
basically
this
have
man, bro.
What work needs to be done?
Judge, we haven't received their motion.
But we
yet,
have,
so-
yeah, we haven't filed the petition yet. Judge, we wanted to have a date from Your Honor. We have some exhibits, some of them may be lengthy, so we're trying to get all that.
The trial kept getting postponed over and over
He
again,
playing
and
with
Elizabeth
y'all.
was becoming increasingly frustrated.
Man, I don't blame
Not
her,
only with the
folks.
delays, but also with Bryce's attitude in the courtroom.
I don't blame her. Can't nobody blame her, folks.
During one hearing, her emotions overwhelmed her, and she had to be removed from the courtroom. Later,
Ain't
when
nothing wrong
talking
with
to
that,
journalists, she revealed that despite trying to
straight
find
on her
forgiveness
side.
through her faith, she couldn't shake the
That's
pain.
the thing too. Like through her, she might have been a woman of God, bro. I'm a child of God myself. You feel me? So, and a lot of things with God, it's a lot of things that come with God. You gotta put a lot of things down. You can't be lustful. You feel me? And you gotta have forgiveness. That's a big part. Forgiving people even when they in the wrong, folks. In times like this, bro, like it's just making me so mad. I'm not even in the situation and I'm getting mad. Cause on folks, bro, I wouldn't even be able to like do that, folks. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, folks. Like I can't even explain looking at somebody that killed your person you made in life. The person you made in life, the person you made this child in life, whether it's a girl or son, it don't matter. I don't care, folks. You made this person. You made that. You feel me? Somebody killed that person, and now they looking at you smiling like something funny. And then they had no reason to kill him. They killed that person because they killed another person, and they was afraid that person, that your son or daughter, was gonna snitch on them for killing another person. So he said, well, shoot, I'd rather just kill them all. And then he's smiling like it's cool. Like, no, you folks, you bogus.
2 boys to
What
this
is his
mom.
music, bro? I know it's junk dirt on folks. Like,
She described Bryce as sick
bogus.
and a demon, which highlighted the depth
what I
of her
tell y'all earlier. If y'all still with me, folk, he was manipulating these kids with money, clothes, and food, folk. And that's what the devil do. He'll manipulate you with stuff you like to draw you closer to him. But y'all gotta watch out. People real deal people be working with the devil for real, rather he know it or not. He know what he doing. I don't even know. You feel me? He know what he doing.
anger towards him. After 6 long years of Bryce's senseless behavior,
Y'all put up with this for
intense
6. I'm done pausing, bro. Y'all.
Justice was finally served in 2022. Bryce Rhodes was convicted of stabbing and burning the bodies of teenage brothers 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon. This gruesome act came after they reportedly witnessed him shoot and kill 40-year-old Christopher Jones in 2016.
3 murders.
Along with the 3 murder charges, the jury also found Bryce guilty of tampering with physical evidence and 2 counts of abuse of a corpse.
Man, throw the book away.
For the murders, the jury recommended a life sentence without parole.
Of course.
Additionally, they suggested 5 years for tampering with evidence and 1 year for each count of abuse of a corpse.
Sure.
While he wasn't eligible for the death penalty, Bryce's sentences will run concurrently, which means he'll spend the rest of his days behind bars unless his defense wins an appeal.
Man,
After
fuck
the
his
verdict,
defense.
the teen brother's grandmother, Deborah Wren, was emotional while sharing her memories.
Really good kids. They
ain't even really want that for
They did good in school. And
yeah.
They played sports and they were really good-natured boys. They never been in trouble. And they were very loving. They got along with everybody. They were well liked at school.
I'm knowing.
Their teachers really thought a lot of them. They were involved in sports. They were just good boys.
During the trial, the jury had to think about Bryce Rhodes' mental state when deciding what punishment he should face.
Bro.
The defense brought in psychology.
Bro, then people be trying to play crazy, bro. F all that stuff y'all talking about, bro. I don't care how crazy. I don't care if you was crazy. If you that crazy, that's where you belong, folks. You belong. You shouldn't be walking around this earth freely if you that crazy, folks. You killing the wrong person. You're not killing the person you trying to kill. You killing 2 other people because you thinking they finna snitch on you. Thinking they finna snitch on you. They ain't even snitch on you. And then them niggas 10 years younger than you, folks. Folks 14, that's 11 years younger. You was 25. Folks 16, that's 9 years. And then you just betraying them, folks, after all this stuff they gave you, bro. If you thought they was finna snitch on you, should have been in the car by yourself. You put them in a predicament. You gave them the... You feel me? If you really like that, folk, and you really riding like that, folk, if you really wanted to do that, you should have been in the car by yourself, folk. Can't nobody snitch then. You got you, yourself, and your gun, bro. I'm not trying to promote violence. That's not what I do. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with God. I'm a son of God. I'm just saying, bro. For the lives of these two people, bro. And folks, the other folks, they ain't even deserve to die. He was just, he thought he was something else that he wasn't.
That Rhodes
All
had
this
an
is goofy.
intellectual disability. They also mentioned he had ADHD and bipolar disorder, but they
Bro,
believed he hadn't received the support or education he needed to
it
deal with
don't
these
matter,
challenges.
folks. Too late.
Despite these arguments, the jury decided to support the prosecution and the victim. What are your thoughts on the case?
He bogus.
How did the lack of positive adult role models contribute to the vulnerability of the teenage boys involved in the case? What measures can be taken to prevent similar incidents involving manipulation and violence among vulnerable youth in the future? We'd love to hear from you. If there's a case you'd like us to cover, don't hesitate to drop your recommendations in the comments section below.
Fuck, that was crazy, fuck.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating true crime stories.
Oh, for sure,
Until next time, stay safe and keep your eyes peeled for the next mystery to unfold.
It's sad that we gotta watch videos like this in the first place. This junk crazy, fuck. This is absolutely insane. Look at this, 137 bodies found. That's how we starting the video off, folks. Folks, he junk insane, dude. What the comments saying? The way the judge shouted at the mother. Thank you, folks. I get we got right. No, it wasn't just, bro. Let me turn my light on, folks. It's getting dark, bro. 8:28, y'all. 8:28, folks. Bro, I get we got rules in the courtroom, but y'all gotta understand the emotion people feeling. You telling me that if somebody did that to your sons and daughters, that you wouldn't say a thing, folks. That's what you saying, folks. Because if you would say a thing, let the mother say what she gotta say, folks. Stop being a hypocrite. If you gonna say something, let her say something. If you're not gonna say nothing, you weird. You a hoe. You just let this man, you what? And then smile at it? Bro, y'all, boy, I'll be about ready to crash out, come in the courtroom with switching off, throw my life away. Real talk. Up on his ass. Pow! No need for no prison time. I'm the one getting locked up, and I was smile on the mugshot since you want to troll. What are you on? Being okay about your 14, 6-year-olds going off for days at a time is truly. Y'all ain't gonna lie, I don't know how she was okay with it. I get they growing up, they okay. I don't party. I'm not that type of kid. But I know some people that's what they like to do. But being away for days, that's crazy, folks. This man was 25 hanging around with people that was 14. I get big brothers, you feel me? But some situations is cool. But like, gang, you killing 14-year-olds, 16-year-olds. Wrong 40-year-olds, like, man, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, we all talking about the judge. They got the ass whooping he needed all his life. Man, fuck that nigga parent. Man, I ain't gonna say that. I don't know his parents, but bro, folks, he bogus, folks. And I don't even know how y'all put up with that for 6 years without arresting him, folks. Folks bogus, folks. And that one judge that was talking to the mama like that, she bogus, folks. He bogus. Oh, he letting him smile at the mama, bro. And then he get to smile and he like, why you smiling? And then he just get to letting the criminal run his court. He letting him hold him. Boy, you the judge, folks. If you don't hit your damn hammer on the damn table or something, what is we doing? This whole situation was messy, bro. Rest in peace to everybody that died. Rest in peace to that. He ain't even died. Man, Lord protect them, that 15 and 17-year-old folks. I hope they change their life around. Get away from people like this, bro. Being around the wrong crowd, bro. My parents tell me all the time. I know who I be around, though, you feel me? My parents tell me all the time, folks. This a prime deal example, bro. Them boys did not deserve that, bro. Rest in peace to everybody, bro. Folks, he over bogus as hell. It feels me. Nigga wouldn't even be in jail, folks. Under there on folks, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I hope y'all enjoyed the video as much as I did. It's sad I even gotta react to stuff like this, bro. Glory to God, bro. Put it all in God's hands, folks. And we out, man. Love.